Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Be English podcast. I'm your host, John Miller.
And I'm Emily Carter. It is so good to be here with all of you today.
We are so happy you tuned in. If you're new here, welcome. Our goal at Be English podcast is very simple. We want to help you learn English in a way that is easy, fun, and very encouraging.
That's right, John. We believe that learning a language shouldn't be scary or stressful. It should be like chatting with friends in a coffee shop.
Exactly. And speaking of chatting, Emily, do you know what one of the biggest challenges is for our listeners?
Let me guess. Is it grammar or maybe pronunciation?
Those are hard, yes, but I'm thinking about something else. I am thinking about the translation trap.
Oh, the translation trap. I know exactly what you mean. That is when you hear a sentence in English, then you translate it into your native language in your head, then you think of an answer, translate it back to English, and finally speak.
Yes, it takes so much time. It makes you feel slow. It makes you feel nervous.
I have been there. It is exhausting. You feel like your brain is running a marathon just to say hello.
Haha, exactly. So today, we are going to fix that. Our topic for this episode is small tips to keep your brain thinking in English.
This is going to be a game changer for many of you. We are going to share simple, easy ways to switch your brain into English mode so you don't have to translate anymore.
So, grab a cup of coffee or tea, get comfortable, and let's get started. And please, if you enjoy our show, don't forget to subscribe. It really helps us create more lessons for you. All right, Emily, let's dive right in. When people ask me, John, how do I stop translating in my head? I always tell them to start small. Very, very small.
I agree. You cannot just wake up one day and write a philosophy book in English. You have to start with the basics.
Exactly. So my first tip is what I call the naming game.
Ooh, I love games. How do we play?
It is very simple. Look around you right now, wherever you are, and just name the objects you see in English. Do not think of the word in your native language, just the English word.
Okay, let me try. I am looking around the studio right now. I see a microphone.
Good. What else?
I see a table, a computer, and, a coffee mug.
Perfect. It sounds too simple, right? But here's the trick. You have to do it fast. Boom, boom, boom. Microphone, table, window, shoe.
I see. It forces your brain to access the English vocabulary directly. You don't have time to translate if you do it quickly.
Precisely. You can do this anywhere. Imagine you're walking down the street in New York. You look around. Car, tree, bus, dog.
Cute dog.
Haha, yes, cute dog. If you don't know a word, don't worry, just skip it. The goal is to build a direct connection between the image and the English word.
That is such a good point, John. A lot of learners get stuck because they want to know every word. But for this exercise, speed is more important than perfection.
Yes, and once you're comfortable with single words, you can add adjectives, like Emily did with the cute dog.
So instead of just table, I could think brown table.
Exactly. Or hot coffee, blue sky. It's a small step, but it helps your brain get used to English structures without you even realizing it.
I love that. It turns your daily walk or your commute into a mini lesson, and nobody has to know you're doing it. You're just thinking in your head.
Right. You don't have to look crazy talking to telephone poles. Haha.
Exactly. Okay, John, so we've started with words, but we don't just speak in single words, we speak in sentences. How do we move to the next level?
That leads perfectly into our next point. Once you're comfortable naming things, you need to start narrating your life.
Narrating your life? Like being the main character in a movie?
Yes. Imagine there's a voiceover for your life, and you are the voice actor. You describe what you're doing while you're doing it.
That sounds interesting. Can you give us an example?
Sure, let's say I'm making breakfast in the morning. Instead of thinking about my worries or my work, I think in English about my actions.
Okay, show us. Act it out.
All right. So I'm in the kitchen. I think to myself, I'm walking to the fridge. I'm opening the door. I'm taking out the milk. The milk is cold. I'm pouring the milk into the bowl.
Wow, John, that was great. It's very simple grammar, right? Mostly present continuous tense. I am doing this, I am doing that.
Exactly. Keep the sentences short and simple. Don't try to be Shakespeare. Just describe the action. I am putting on my shoes. I'm opening my umbrella. I'm waiting for the bus.
I think this is brilliant because it connects the physical action with the English language.
Yes, your brain learns that opening the door is not just a translation of a phrase, it's the actual feeling of your hand on the handle pulling it open.
It makes the language feel real. It makes it feel physical.
Correct. And you know, Emily, I sometimes do this when I'm feeling a bit stressed or bored.
Really? How so?
Well, if I'm stuck in traffic, instead of getting angry, I look at the other cars. I think, that red car is fast. The truck is big. The light is red. I'm stopping.
It keeps you calm and helps your English at the same time. That's multitasking.
It really is. But Emily, I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
Naming things is great. Narrating actions is great. But humans are complex. We have feelings. We have opinions. How do we start thinking about those things in English?
That's the big step. That's where we move from the narrator to the conversationalist.
The conversationalist. I like the sound of that. Tell us more.
Well, John, you know how we all talk to ourselves?
Oh, absolutely. I have full debates with myself sometimes.
Me too. Usually about what to eat for dinner. But this tip is about taking those internal conversations and switching the language to English.
That sounds a bit difficult.
It can be, but you start with simple questions. For example, at the end of the day, ask yourself, how was my day?
How was my day? Okay, and then answer it?
Yes, answer it in your head. You might think, my day was good. I was busy. I finished my report. I am tired now.
I see. So it's like keeping a diary, but in your mind.
Exactly. Or you can plan your future. When you're in the shower, everyone thinks in the shower, right? Try planning your weekend in English.
Oh, the shower is the best place for thinking. So I could think, on Saturday, I want to go to the park. Maybe I will buy a pizza. I hope the weather is nice.
Yes, and you know what the best part is?
What?
There's no pressure. Nobody's listening. If you make a mistake, nobody cares. You can correct yourself and try again.
That is so important. Fear of making mistakes stops so many people. But inside your own head, it's a safe space.
Exactly. I used to do this when I was learning Spanish. I would imagine arguments with my friends in my head.
You argued with imaginary friends?
Yes, I would imagine my friend said something, and I would think about how to reply. No, I don't agree with you because it really helped me find gaps in my vocabulary.
That is a great point. If you get stuck and realize, oh, I don't know the word for disagree or opinion, then you can look it up later.
Precisely. It helps you find out what you don't know.
So, to recap this part, we have simple reflection, like, how was my day? Planning, like, what will I do tomorrow? And even imaginary conversations.
Yes, and you can do this anywhere. Walking the dog, washing the dishes, lying in bed before you sleep. Just 5 minutes a day makes a huge difference.
I think that's the key, consistency. You don't need to do this for hours, just a few minutes here and there.
Absolutely. It's about building a habit. At first, it feels weird. You might feel silly talking to yourself in a foreign language.
Oh, definitely. I remember when I tried to learn French, I would walk around saying, I am eating a croissant in my head, but I was actually eating a bagel. Haha.
but that's okay. It's the practice that counts.
And eventually, something magical happens. One day, you realize you didn't translate. You just thought it.
That's the best feeling in the world, when the English just pops into your head automatically.
It really is. It feels like unlocking a superpower. Well, we've covered a lot of ground today. Let's take a moment to look back at what we discussed.
Sure, we broke it down into 3 easy steps to help your brain switch to English.
Step 1 was the naming game, looking at objects around you and naming them instantly in English. Start with words, then add simple adjectives.
Step 2 was narrating your life, describing your actions as you do them, using simple sentences like, I am drinking water, or I am opening the book.
And finally, step 3 was internal conversation, asking yourself questions, planning your day, or having imaginary chats to practice expressing your feelings and opinions.
Remember, listeners, you don't have to do all of these at once. Maybe this week, just try the naming game. Next week, try narrating your life.
Exactly. Learning a language is a marathon, not a sprint. Be patient with yourself. Every time you think a word in English, you're getting better.
We hope you feel inspired to try these tips today, maybe right after this episode finishes.
Yes, look around the room and name 3 things. That's your homework.
I love that. Small homework.
Before we go, we want to thank you so much for listening to the Be English podcast. If you found this episode helpful, please leave us a comment or share it with a friend who's also learning English.
Your support means the world to us. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode.
We'll be back soon with more tips, more stories, and more English. Until then, keep talking and keep thinking in English.
Bye, everyone. Have a wonderful week.
See you next time.